What up, traders? What up, investors? Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and we're going to be looking at Tesla. We're going to be looking at how much the Tesla shorts have lost over the 2020, and kind of compare that to how much money that is really. It's really hard when you start saying billions on how much that really is compared to, because again, billions, millions, trillions, that kind of gets lost in content. With that being said, we're going to be looking at that information from S3. We're also going to be looking at the Tesla chart on where it could potentially be going after earnings, kind of analyzing some potential key market movers that we could see, or some drivers for Tesla to go up, down, left, right, loop-de-loop, whatever. Anyways, that being said, before we get going, I got three things. First, hit that like button. Second, or 1.5, join the Discord link. Second, check out the affiliate links for Amazon and Audible. And then third, last but not least, Tastyworks. If you're interested in creating an account of $2,000 or more, you have an options of getting 10 options or 100 shares when you open up a brand new brokerage account via Tastyworks. Again, links down in the description. Definitely check it out, folks. Again, thank you very much for your ongoing support. All right, let's kind of just dive into the fun things. So again, I'm not the world's greatest fan of the Motley Fool. They do some great stuff over there, but some of their articles are a little bit cringe at times. So this one is actually quite interesting. So again, S3 Partners, again, this is a very well documented, data-driven fund that really gives a lot of data to mutual funds, hedge funds on short interest in particular, and how many outstanding things. S3 has been pretty much on the top of the line again, especially with the whole GME debacle and stuff like that. Again, everyone's like, how many shares are short? Like, it's just very hard to track. It's not like a blockchain, which a lot of people have been talking about, of getting into, like, if you're shorting stock, you can't do it multiple times, but that's a whole other different video. So they said as of that value, the Tesla shorts have lost $35 billion on those positions so far this year. That's pretty insane. And 35 billion. Okay, so this is where the article really made me chuckle and laugh. And anyone who's a bear or a closet bear and things like that, you're gonna laugh. So this is basically, so far this year, the entire U.S. airline industry reported a combined loss of more than 24 billion. So the Tesla shorts have lost more than the entire loss of the U.S. airline industry. So the shorts have lost in excess of 25 plus another 10 billion, more than the whole airline industry. So they literally could have bailed out the airline industry with their short position. It's just completely hilarious on that fact. So just wanted to share that. Then we can kind of dive into some catalysts. So especially with Tesla, it's always been some kind of catalyst that really propels it higher. So it's always like, hey, it's going to be joining the S&P 500. Boom. Hey, they're having battery day. Hey, they're having a special event talking about Cybertruck. Hey, they have earnings. Like, these are like the what's the best way to put this metaphor? Basically, it's like a drug dealer of just giving a next bump of like, when's the next bump coming for Tesla to get that higher stock price. I'm going to stick with that metaphor there. That's a good one. So basically, on what is the drug dealer giving out here in Tesla today? What we're looking for, again, I'm not going to be diving into the boring earnings numbers and things like that. Some people don't like that, but that's for you to do your own due diligence. But again, EPS was adjusted for about 80 cents, so it's been a little bit lower than what the analysts expected. But the surprise, this is what is interesting, again, what people kind of forget. Like, people, I think this is still an issue, and you can comment down below if you believe this or not, that Tesla is not, it's a car company, but it's more of a technology, energy focused company. Yes, they make products that are cars, but they also have a fairly large growing segment in the services of Tesla Energy. So this is, again, the word they're talking about is like Tesla's Energy and its services segment were brought in the spotlight in the quarter, basically rising that it figured the 1.58 billion, almost 3 times on what it was in 2019. So that's a pretty substantial amount there, growing in that service industry. Again, like we talked about, everyone knows that they were a little bit short on the 500,000 cars the year, which was, again, Elon Musk's pretty extensive goal. Another thing that I saw too is that again with Tesla, they're really trying to get Tesla China. I mean Tesla Texas, the Gigafactory in Texas, and then Berlin up and going. That's really going to help their bottom line because again, right now those are just expenses. Those two plants. Let's think of it like, okay, we got California, Texas, China. Those are printing us money. We need the printers and the Gigafactory and Cybertruck stuff, and then more in particular the larger facility in Berlin in Europe, basically to start printing us money too. Because again, right now they're just building concrete, robots, and setting up assembly lines. They're not making you any money yet. You're investing into it. Hopefully, in the next 6 to 12 months, those will be operational, and then they can start churning and making money from those. So that's going to be, I believe, the next catalyst. Even though people are really stoked about the Cybertruck and all these kind of things, I think that you have to be a little bit more scoping in and focusing on what really we need to see happen and what really needs to see and to be happening. Again, speaking my own book, being a Tesla shareholder and being a very large Tesla bull here. I need to get the Tesla bull here. It's something that was really strong and focused in the mindset. Again, like, yes, they're profitable, but there's margins are not really increasing where they should be. But once those expense tabs go down and the profits are going back up and being able to mass produce the Model 3 and the Model Y, and there's ice melting on my roof and it's sounding like an avalanche is happening. But anyway, so let's go ahead and kind of jump into the chart. I know I've been talking about this a little bit too long here with the numbers and everything. So let's go ahead and look at Tesla chart here. As you can see, they had that earnings coming out, kind of fell down on the earnings again. I think people's expectations are getting sometimes too high, especially with Tesla. People get a little giddy, as the words they say, with the stock here. That being said, speaking my book, I'm a Tesla bull here. I think everyone knows that by now. But that $900 price target, the $900 price resistance, we've seen multiple times. If we go to a smaller time frame here, we see here even going into earnings, we basically hit like a double top here. This is an hourly chart. I normally don't like to look at this too aggressively, but to be mindful of like, hey, in the short term, that $900 overall wall is really set here. Again, that is also a Fibonacci number, as you can see here, from that previous high here of its all-time high at 900. With that being said, can we? My predictions or my opinions are I think Tesla will break above 900. I have some targets around $11,125 basically, and then some longer dated targets for potentially this year around 1,400. So we'll see if that's gonna be met. We got a lot. Again, we're only into February, so we got a lot more time to see on how that goes up because of the very large catalyst of Gigafactory Texas and Berlin. And once they'll start rolling out, like imagine the expenses they have to pay to ship from here to Europe. Okay, again, you have to remember in the Netherlands and the northern Nordic countries, they love their EVs. Okay, like they get crazy tax benefits for driving an EV. So again, you know Mercedes and Volvo and those folks are trying to make those BMW as well, and making those electric cars as well. But again, people kind of fall in love with the Tesla brand. If it's Elon Musk, if it's the overall vision and kind of all that kind of fantastic stuff. But again, the thing that I wanted to bring up too is hey, doesn't mean that things have to go straight up in a straight line. Like we could see some chop within Tesla. I don't want to be this overwhelming, crazy bull here. Again, being crazy optimistic and not understand the underlying prices here. That being said, we are technically speaking falling into just kind of like just trading sideways here because again, we never really got past that $900 level pre-earnings here, and now it's kind of been bouncing around here. We've seen this pattern before where it kind of just like after earnings, it kind of lingers for a little bit, but then it gets some kind of catalyst and then jumps higher here. It kind of we see here on this part here again. Again, earnings didn't really go do much of anything here. Kind of lingered, held that 21 to 34 EMA, went into a squeeze mode. RSI and volume zone oscillator did next to nothing. But then the catalyst. Oh wait, we're getting being introduced to the S&P 500. Let's go, and then it gets another catalyst higher. Again, going back to that drug dealer mentality. Same thing. Same thing here. The large catalyst with the S&P 500. Then right here is the same catalyst. Oh shoot, my fat fingers are going everywhere. So again, nothing too great on the quarter here. It held that 21 to 34 EMA, got us to a squeeze, and then guess what? Boom, S&P 500 induction, or the 5-to-1 split, that rocketed higher. So I'm not saying that we're going to be, we can easily come back down to 800. I can even say we can come down to 750 potentially. Again, that 21 and 34 is going to be a really interesting areas to be looking at to see if we even get to those areas before. If we do, that's going to be completely fine, folks. Like again, a pullback in a very aggressive stock like this is natural. Like it has to get rid of those paper hands. Like we want diamond hands in Tesla. Okay, this is again longer term investment. We're going to see ebb and flows in the market. The overall market pulls back. Guess what? Tesla's going to probably pull back with it. So you have to be ready and get your pirate hat on, or in your sea, what's it called? Your sea legs going, because we could see some chop going forth here. Something that would be aggressive downturn would be potentially showing some support around 722. And that would be, again, another fib number that we talked about, where it was a breakout into basically the potential earnings run that we saw. So 722 is going to be a limit that I'm going to be looking for. Again, speaking my own book, where I would be potentially purchasing a substantial amount, in the sense of, if depending on how it gets there. If it literally comes out in the next 5 seconds saying, oh, Tesla cars actually blow up if you hit the brake, scroll up, and blinker, and it blows up, like whatever the issue is, that you don't, that's a crazy news. So if they're just kind of meandering, kind of slowly trending lower in here, that's my favorite kind of thing to pick up shares. I don't like to buy big, large red candle downs. That's never fun, because again, we've seen these very large red candles down here before. Once Tesla gets somewhat crazy escalated, and guess what it comes down to? That 50 SMA here, move higher, came back down to that 50 SMA again. We just kind of see that pattern kind of continue. So those are going to be more of the extreme level signs here if we do get an extreme pullback to that level. So be very mindful of that. Anyways, that being said, that's basically going to wrap up what we're talking about Tesla. Again, I hope this was educational. I hope you learned something. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you did, I appreciate the thumbs up. I really do. Again, check out those affiliate links down below for, again, Amazon and Tastyworks. And definitely, I would love for you to join the fantastic Discord channel as well. Again, guys, thank you so very much, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.